Hey guys, it's Tay Tay Baby, and I want to share a little bit of my commentary on this because I seen a video that I believe Scarface Mark shared, but I didn't want to share the entire thing because he was just saying a lot of stuff, but it was good stuff though. And basically, another man in the video was like, I guarantee you, if you ask a woman what a real man is, they will not know, and they will describe what a trick is, apparently a pimp. Say another word, say another mother, pinky. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the video right now. And disclaimer, I would like to say, I do have a father and I do have brothers. So this is just my opinion, not fact, of what I believe a real man is, a high value man is. Now, first and foremost, I believe a real man is somebody who encourages you to be better, who will lead you to be better without dishonoring you, without belittling you, without making you feel dumb. I believe that real men are very stern. I believe real men are very educated and can lead you into the right direction. I also truly believe that a real man cares about his integrity and he cares about the people around him. So he doesn't just care about himself, he cares about his family, his wife, and everybody around him. And what does that mean? He takes care of his family. And I'm not just talking about money-wise, y'all. I'm talking about the impact a real man can do in your life. Like, one of the things that my father is great at is a sense of leadership. My dad, when it comes to giving advice, he doesn't scold you, he doesn't shun you, he doesn't make you feel dumb, but he can lead you into the right direction. And my dad does make faces like, because he knows me, he knows my attitude, he knows my personality, he knows my sassy little ways, but he knows how to lead me into the direction of me understanding where I'm wrong, but as well as not belittling me. Also, I feel like a lot of good men in this world aren't going to be disloyal. You know what I mean? And a lot of real men are very honest. You guys say you want an honest man. No, no, no. You will never know what it feels like to have a man tell you right then and then. Your attitude is what's going to get you hurt out here. Your mouth is what's going to get you be a single woman this entire life. A real man's going to tell you like it is, regardless of how you fucking feel. These little boys that you guys come around that lie to you and try to protect your feelings, even though they're protecting themselves, that's not a real man. And a lot of people aren't taught to be real men. So that's why they're not leading these women properly. I'm going off on a tangent, but this all relates. So I believe real men will be able to lead you properly. And I'm not going to sit here and say a man knows everything and a man is supposed to be God himself, but they know exactly what they should be doing. A lot of men are wise because of experience and because of things that have happened to them in their life. A lot of men will understand danger before we do, because us as women, we're ditzy as fuck sometimes. We just want to walk and do whatever we want. You ever hear that saying where women say, when I'm around my man, I want my brain to shut off? That's exactly what it feels like to be around a real man, a real leader. That's what tells you right then and there that man's working in his masculine and you're working in your feminine. Another thing that I believe a real man is sticking by your side. I have never in my life felt loved by anybody. Of course, it's my dad, y'all. I know this, but when you get impacted by a real man, you will truly know what love truly is. They will cover you with love, they will protect you with love, and they will always be there for you. And if you ever had a good man, you know what I'm talking about. These men are there for you in and out. You guys want to say men are like dogs, and what are dogs? Loyal to the T. Dogs are loyal. I've seen dogs be put on the damn patios for hours and still love their owner when they come back. Not comparing men to dogs, I don't think that's the best thing to say, but men are very loyal, especially with how you treat them. And I think that if you pour words of wisdom into men, they multiply that tenfold. Sorry guys, I'm excited about this topic because I really do believe that if you guys understood what it felt like to be around a real man or had a father, a lot of you guys wouldn't have this mindset that there's no real men out here. And I think that a lot of men are just lost and misguided and don't have a dad themselves, so it's hard for them to lead, and they're learning with the best of the abilities that they can. People are learning with the knowledge that they know, y'all. None of us are Einstein. None of us are born perfect. None of us have the fucking Betty Crocker book for life so that we could know these things. We don't know. But this is just a little bit of my opinion of what I think a real man is. And I might say a little bit more, but yeah. I also believe that real men are very courageous and very protective. My grandpa used to always tell me this, and he used to be in the Marines, that men can either be protectors or predators. And I know that probably sounds really harsh, but from somebody who's in the Marines, you guys should know they're pretty harsh. I truly believe that when men really care about you, they become protectors. They will throw that cloak over you and protect you through everything. They'll shield you from anything. And like I said, you will never know this experience unless you've had really good brothers, really good fathers, really good men in your life. And you will know what it feels like to be able to call somebody who's a man and they'll protect you, and they're courageous. They'll stand up for you. Men take a lot of things that you guys don't know on their back to make sure we're good. Like, could you imagine a man working 60 hours a week while you get to stay home and watch your Netflix shows? You think somebody wants to do that and go work out, blood, sweat, and tears? Who wants to work 60 hours a week, y'all? And I've seen it before. Well, we're over here watching our cooking shows, being all ditzy, and, oh, babe, can you give me a chain? Oh, babe, can you give me this? Can you give me that? Men sacrifice a lot. Women do too. Women do too. But men sacrifice a lot. I think another thing that makes a good man, I'll say it again, is a man's discipline. And I don't mean those lustful men who watch porn, those lustful men who have 60,000 bodies. No, a man's discipline is everything. A man who could clock in, clock out, work, take care of his family, do what he has to do, work out, make sure his mental health is good for not only himself, but his family. That takes a lot of discipline. Somebody who will follow the word of God, somebody who will read the Bible, somebody who will take their family to church, somebody who will literally control their urges. Now, there's nothing wrong with somebody who falls into temptation. We're not perfect human beings, okay? Not judging whatsoever. But a man who can be disciplined at all time, even when he's faced with these big old booty, oiled up quiches all up in his face, and he still says, I got a wife. A man who is disciplined with his lust will be disciplined with everything else. A man who is disciplined in the gym will have a good head on his shoulders. A man who is disciplined with his work. Look, good men will always put God first, themselves, their job, their priority, and then you. If you think in your right mind that a man should put you first, you are out of your fucking mind. And you know why? You're a selfish woman if you want that. No man should ever put you first. Because if he cannot show up for himself, his mental health, and his purpose, he will not show up for you. And this is a good way to determine whether you found a good man or not. Is he following lust and temptation? Or his purpose? Notice men like Russell Wilson, following God, following his purpose, and then he could show up for his family. Then let's look at other men that follow women and are lustful with women. You don't see the same thing. Now look, if you want to be a guy with multiple women, that's your business. I'm not one to judge, but make sure they all know about each other. But again, I don't ride for that. That's not my motto. I wasn't raised like that. And also the men in my family are not like that either. We don't get down with all that. So this is the reason why I advocate for monogamy. I advocate for disciplined men, and I advocate for men to be traditional men all over again, as well as women being traditional women. I also believe that a real man has compassion and empathy. Now, I don't mean a man who's crying all the time and being sad, but a man who can show emotion and be vulnerable when he needs to is everything. And I understand, to you women, you need to shut the fuck up, literally, when it comes to your man having problems and he comes to you and confides in you. You're throwing stuff in his face. You're bringing things up. What does that have to do with a man? You know what I mean? Men cannot be vulnerable with a woman who is psychotic and acts like a wild river. It's not going to work. A man can be vulnerable with a queen and a strong woman. So please, ladies, lock it up. All this throwing stuff in men's face, bashing them, making them feel like crap, belittling them. You're the reason why a man can't flourish. Women can pour poison into you or encouragement and love. Be the woman who pours encouragement and love into him. Stop being a fucking snake. And I know I'm cussing, I apologize, but the reason why it bothers me is because men's mental health matters, and they cannot show up for us if you are not their backbone. You know what I mean? You got to be there for them at all times, just like they're there for you. And if you don't have a good man, what the hell are you doing with this dude? That ain't my problem, that's yours. Next. I also think that men should be very emotionally intelligent, because eventually they will have daughters. Eventually they will need to sit down with their woman and talk to their woman. A lot of men will say, she's nagging, she's complaining, but think about what emotional intelligence is. If you are at a job, correct, and you're a man, and something goes wrong between your employees, do you think you're just going to say, yup, let's let it blow over? No, you're not. You're going to have them sit down, talk it out, and understand what the root of the issue is. What do you think you have to do in a relationship? If we don't talk things out, if we don't get down to the nitty gritty of the thing, we're not going to know what's the problem. We're not going to know what's wrong, correct? So as a man, you need to be able to sit down with a woman, talk to her about what she's doing wrong and what she can do better, and good men will always provide solutions. If you come to your man and he's dumb as rocks, men, educate yourselves. Men, please read. You guys want to lead women so bad? Please make sure that you are leading yourself before you ever think you're going to lead a woman. Like I said, you guys aren't going to be perfect, but please read up on books on how to be a great man, how to be a great person. There's a lot of books on psychology, y'all, on God and all these things, and how to lead women and vice versa. So women, learn how to be submissive and learn how to be led, and men learn how to lead better. But this is what my idea of what I think a good man is, and what characteristic traits good men have. I hope I did good. I might have a little bit more, y'all, see how this little series goes, but have a good one. Te quiero.